The BS, the BS treur, the direct translation. The day Zulile was dropped off at the hostel, a plover screamed on its long legs across the grass. The screeching noise of the bird stayed with me each time she and I picked up a tiff. That year, Zulile moved to Umtata with her parents from America. Her father, like mine, taught at the university. Her mother was an artist who one day went to the Netherlands for an art exhibition and never came back. She, like me, had to stay in the hostel after my mother's death. We were both 17, both loving music, her being the ebony and I the one of ivory. Except together we had such a false sound together. As a leader of the hostel, I had to supervise every Wednesday evening in the study hall. Every Wednesday night, Zulile's seat was empty. She made sure that she was back there shortly before 8 when Mr. Kotze arrived. I thought she had run off to her boyfriend, Billy Bones, that they might be laughing at us somewhere through a window. Weird rules for weird people, she always said when I approached her the next day about her absence. She knew that I was not going to complain to Kotze. After all, we were the light and shadow of each other. Emma sings well, but Zulile has the rhythm, I even heard our music teacher say one day. Zulile with her dark Miriam Makeba voice and me with my sweet, light voice. I wished I could stay with Dad so I could fall asleep without Zulile's mocking look. That I had my own piano that I could play at any time of the day or night. The day she got up in the Afrikaans class and declared that she was never going to learn that language, I knew she was aiming for me because I speak Afrikaans. That night I longed for my mother, pulled my diary closer and wrote in that language how I feel. Mom, I wish Mom was here. Mom would understand. At the netball game in Queenstown, I fell over her feet and dropped the ball into the opposition's hands. I didn't want to tell our captain that Zulile had tripped me. When Wednesday came, I was ready. During study, I asked Paulina to supervise in my place because I was feeling sick. I wanted to catch Zulile. I would sneak across the school grounds to Billy Bones's house. I would knock on the door and drag her back to Kotze by the hair. Behind the hall, I heard the deep sound of jazz music, music that I got to know well at my mother's knee. I sneaked back and turned to the back door of the school hall. It was open. I walked quietly and saw her sitting in the dim light on the piano bench. Zulile with a saxophone raised to the moon. I recognized the tune of Winston Mankunku, Kaya, meaning home. Suddenly, I understood what we had to each other. I was no longer afraid of the scorn in her eyes. I sat down next to her on the bench, hit the piano, and started playing another tune. She dropped the saxophone on her knee and laughed out of her stomach. "Hey man," she said with bright eyes, "you know one of Mankunku's other songs? The cow is grieving?" "Yes," I answered proudly. "Iyakhala lenkomo." The ox mourned. She lifted her saxophone and began to play. The dark sounds complained with the ox. We both knew that language no longer mattered between us. When we make music, we speak the same language. The light note and the ebb note can play together in harmony.